Somehow I became the height expert on YouTube. 4 years ago, I started sharing my advice on drinking the raw milk, doing the stretches, the best workouts, everything. But there's a problem, man. Nowadays, I've noticed everyone else is kind of sharing my same information I've been preaching for years.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
So what I actually want to do today is dive even deeper into more niche, more unique ways that you can optimize your height growth genetics, which are 20 to 40% environmental, meaning that you can control it. Height growth is not all genetic like everyone has been telling you. That is one of the biggest myths of the modern day century. So without further ado, very unique ways on how to actually grow taller. Let's get it. First, that many of you guys are actually way taller than you're letting on. But the issue is you've got spinal compression, which is making you 1 to 2 inches shorter. The number one way to fix this is with gravity boots and inversion therapy. You can actually get these for super cheap nowadays, like on Amazon, things like this, where essentially you hang upside down, man. And this is fantastic for decompressing the spine. And if you start incorporating this on a daily basis for just a couple of minutes, over time, you're going to be a couple inches shorter than you probably already were. Now with the spinal discs themselves, there's going to be a fluid all throughout the spine, and one way to actually boost this fluid to where you're going to have less spinal compression than ever before is super simple. Increasing your water intake. More specifically, I want you drinking between 1 to 2 gallons, 4 to 8 liters every day of all natural spring water with tons of minerals that will help you optimize your health even more so. And another thing you can do is take omega-3s, and this combination is going to help the spinal fluid. Whenever you're sleeping, you're either sleeping on your back or your front, for example. This is a great way to actually compress your spine. You're not going to be waking up as tall as possible. One of the best ways to decompress the spine as you're sleeping is actually going to be sleeping on your side. This is much better for height growth, but you do want to be wary of creating facial asymmetries. Now, the best way around this is to alternate it. One night you're on the right side, another night you're on the left side. This is great for reducing spinal compression, making you appear 1 to 2 inches taller. Now I'm actually going to give you some more niche foods that can be very difficult to come by, but I've actually researched pretty heavily and can have a very significant effect on your overall health, more specifically boosting IGF-1 human growth hormone like we are aiming for. Number one is going to be something that has been used all throughout Chinese medicine, all throughout history. It is a very powerful thing that you can actually take. And this is going to be velvet deer antler. It sounds disgusting. It's a part of the antler of a deer. But what it does do is it boosts IGF-1 human growth hormone, and it's going to be something awesome that you can take. You can find some niche supplements about this, and overall it's going to help your health, but I still think we could do a little bit better. Bone marrow broth. This is going to be something actually insane for your overall health, for optimizing your IGF-1 human growth hormone, for freaking everything. Now, you want to make sure that this is from a grass-fed cow, and this is going to be something harder to get. You know, like right now I'm living in Thailand. This is nearly impossible to even find this. So if you can find this, you've got good access to this, I would say go for it. It's going to boost collagen production. You are getting tons and tons of minerals. It's going to boost IGF-1 human growth hormone. This food is insane for height growth. This one is going to be fantastic if you have a hard time with raw milk, if you cannot actually get your hands on it, but it's going to be raw cholesterol. If you actually eat this food or the supplement with K2, this is going to increase your bone density like crazy, and this is actually going to contribute to even more bone growth. Now, if you cannot get your hands on raw milk, this is going to be the next best food option, way in front of pasteurized milk. We want to actually be avoiding pasteurized milk. A lot of you guys, you think raw milk, pasteurized milk, it's the exact same thing. No. So if you can't do the raw milk, you gotta try this one out. Very quickly, I'm just gonna talk about something I did all throughout puberty. This is probably the number one baseline factor. I can guarantee you, I promise on my life, this is the most efficient, best supplement you could possibly ever take. This is going to be vitamin D3 with K2 to actually absorb it with a touch of calcium that's actually going to help the absorption of all of it. It's going to increase bone density. It's going to optimize your health. This is the power of the sun without actually aging yourself and getting any negative effects potentially from the sun. And this is going to be my all new supplement, and it's going to be called Helios Nova, available right now on kalosique.com. Use the code ARIES for 25% off. This has 5,000 IU of vitamin D3. It has K2 in the most absorbable form. I'm about to get it myself in Thailand. I am super psyched. I actually just ran out of D3, but I was like, you know what? Why don't I actually develop my own and make it the best D3 K2 supplement on the market right now at kalosique.com. And don't forget, we got the best supplements ever made, man. We got Titan Growth 2.0, which you guys already know the spiel. 92% of Americans across all social classes are deficient in basic vitamins and minerals. When this happens, IGF-1 human growth hormone shuts down, closing those growth plates. So you need Titan Growth 2.0, which is going to have 500 to 1000% of all your daily required nutrients to optimize your height growth. And don't forget about Aries Rage, the best testosterone booster on the market. It's going to boost your hormones unlike anything else, with all natural. There is no synthetic ingredients whatsoever. You can scan them into ChatGPT and it will tell you the best testosterone booster on the freaking market, man. 400 milligrams of Tonga Ali, 200 milligrams of maca. It's got boron, which reduces estrogen by 39%. The Tonga Ali boosts testosterone by 37%. It's got pumpkin seed extract, oyster extract, 50 milligrams of zinc. This is the most kick-ass testosterone supplement ever invented. Personally, I take 2 pills every single day. Last but not least, don't forget to join Kalos VIP. This is my insane school of looks maxing, where every 2 weeks we hop on a group VIP call with me and all of my students. I've got a 3-hour looks maxing masterclass, 2-hour height growth masterclass, 90-minute female nature masterclass, over an hour my social media masterclass, finishing up in a couple of days actually. And up next is going to be the male model physique masterclass, teaching you step by step from me, a certified personal trainer, teaching you how to get the body of a male model. You gotta join, man. Right now, it's only $12. Usually $55, $12 right now. Link in the description. Growing taller is all about growing the bones. Now, how do we actually grow the bones? What are the bones? Well, the bones are actually alive, and you can actually reshape the bones if you know what you are doing. The secret is going to be creating microfractures within the bones, and this is following Wolff's Law, where whenever you break down the bone a little bit, it's going to regrow stronger and bigger than it was before. So we want to be creating microfractures in our legs to actually grow taller. Number 1 is going to be the jump rope protocol. I want you to start jumping rope. Do 500 jumps every single day. This has been scientifically proven to actually increase bone density if you start doing this on a consistent basis. Option number 2. I talked about when I was hanging as a teenager to actually increase my height. Same thing that Michael Jordan used to do. But another way to actually increase your height is as you are hanging, put some weights on your ankles. This is going to stretch things even further, helping with height growth even more. Last but not least in this section is going to be tibial and femur impact training. You can actually look up certain exercises that's going to help break down little microfractures within the leg bones themselves. These are the bones that people extend when they get limb lengthening, and it's going to help rebuild them even longer and more dense than before. Now, your DNA is not just strictly genetics, what your mom and dad have. So what we can do is actually manipulate the DNA ever so slightly. So number 1 is going to be the healthiest thing you could possibly ever do that tons of people in this space and in the health sphere seem to be so misinformed about. That's going to be fasting, man. Like, you wake up, what do you do right now? You stuff your face with all this food. That is the worst thing you can actually do. Think about in the hunter-gatherer sense, whenever we were just raving with testosterone, we were in a survival state. What would we do when we wake up? We're going to be hunting. We're going to be getting the food for the day, gathering everything. We're not going to wake up and just stuff our face. No. You have to work for your food, man. You gotta wake up, go do some things throughout the day. My first meal is at 5 to 6 p.m. Then I stop eating a couple hours later. You want to be incorporating intermittent fasting into your daily routine to actually optimize your health, boost human growth hormone, and more importantly, grow a little bit taller. This one I really don't talk too much about. I talk about it a lot in my Kalos VIP school though. This is going to be cold therapy. So taking ice baths in particular is going to be insane for boosting testosterone. There have been lots and lots of studies of someone doing cold therapy and then lifting weights afterwards, and it was actually insane for boosting testosterone, which is going to help with the hormones, everything when it comes to growing taller. Now you can do a cold shower if it gets cold enough, but outside of that, I would really try to find the coldest ice bath you can find. And the last way to actually change your DNA is going to be with my supplement, Helios Nova. Once again, this is going to be my vitamin D3 and K2 supplement. There have been some studies that during adolescence, especially people who take vitamin D3 with K2, it's going to elongate their bones and shift their DNA to grow even taller. One of the best supplements you could possibly take to grow taller. And if none of this works, like you've been doing everything, you still want to grow taller, the last resort would be obviously limb lengthening surgery. Tons of people are saving up money. They're trying to get it seriously and everything. My personal opinion, I've shared this before. If you want to do it, I say go for it. I think we shouldn't be shaming these people. I think there have actually been some high profile people getting the limb lengthening. It can help you a little bit whenever it comes to optimizing your overall life, because obviously being taller yields tons and tons of benefits, but obviously there are so many risks involved. I'm not going to tell you to get it just because it is such a risky thing. I would tell you to life max, focus on everything else, level up your looks, your charisma, your money, do everything else, and this should be a complete last resort. But even then, just be careful. Society is going to roast you. I'm not going to advocate you do it, but that's going to be the last resort. That is it, man. I want you to subscribe if you are new to the channel. I love each and every one of you guys with all of my heart, and that's it. Peace.